p.m. everyone. Josh is out getting some well-deserved vacation. So I'll be sitting in his stead today. One of our usual speakers, go ahead and hop on up or raise hands. We'll get you up here. There you go. Do I possibly have a volunteer to share on the Zoom to share the slides for the week?
I could give it a shot. Sometimes Zoom screen share is a little wonky on mine, but give me a second.
Cool. Thanks, man. So I think, did Ocean give an update on the platform side and in DeFi's stead last week? I'm trying to remember. Or do we have a volunteer to jump up here and do the update on platform side of things?
I don't remember, and I couldn't speak to it too well. Maybe Ocean would have the best or an idea. And can you see my screen share, Adam? Or can anybody?
I closed Zoom a moment ago. Let me open that back up.
Cool, thanks, Ron. I got a ping in stage chat. We're good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, cool. Adam, I was just learning how to use Discord. I figured it out. So I did give an update last week, and I did not realize, or I forgot about updating this particular slide. So I can just give some general updates there. We do have 2 new contributors that have since actually posted PRs. So that's great to see. We have some additional bounties going out this week. I hope to post about 2 to 3 more. Standing items, I think we announced it in the ops meeting, but just for clarity here as well, or for transparency here as well, we on last Friday had our first backlog grooming session that is now turning into a bi-weekly backlog grooming session. So we've tentatively scheduled that for starting January 7th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. UTC, and then it would continue every other Friday from there. And so that's open to the community. Certainly, engineering workstream will be there. Hopefully, representatives from operations and product as well to help with grooming and prioritization. And from there, that would help us to create additional bounties also. And if community members have items that they would like to work on, we definitely would welcome people to create an issue, bring it to that meeting. We can groom it during that meeting and get a bounty posted on it too. It doesn't always have to originate from us. If it's something that we see value in, we're happy to make sure that there's a bounty on it and get people to contribute that way as well. We also have daily stand-up every morning, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, for anyone who would like to join, and the stand-up all access channel as well. And I think that's everything that I know right now.
Cool. And for the coins team, or I was thinking of renaming this just to backend team, but the focus has been largely on bringing in Cosmos networks, Cosmos, Osmosis, Thorchain, making use of Golang, and there's been a new Golang package created, Go Unchained, that all of this work is being POC'd in. And yeah, excited to finalize plans with Adam and friends on kind of the route forward for this, create some design documents, and start breaking down actual work on this for our implementation. In the background, I'm also handling the Thor node and Midgard upgrade. Things are looking more stable, so should be able to turn those back on here soon, hopefully. But yeah, that's going on. Other than that, I guess last week, the TX parsing module stuff did get merged all the way through to the web project. There was a few regressions, known regressions with transaction history, most in particular that DeFi is handling, kind of delegating that and getting those fixes in place to get back in order there. And I think that's all I've got for backend team.
Hello. For infrastructure crew this week, we're mainly focusing on monitoring improvements on the Unchained stack and also doing some testing with leveraging blockchain client SaaS for blockchain metadata fetching and retrieval. In addition, the background work, or the background theme for the next couple of weeks anyway, is just general stability. Last week, we did get an ENS endpoint configured for our IPFS CI that deploys WebV2, but we have some extra work to do to make it respond on all host names instead of what we've configured in the CI flow before we can make that sort of a general thing. The other big announcement is that the infrastructure budget allocation proposal is up for voting. And yeah, if you are remotely emotionally invested in that sort of topic, please go out and vote. And even if you're not, please go out and vote. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Conscience. Do we have anyone from security today? Don't see Mr. Nerdhair. So I guess we'll just move on. As you heard from Kevin, we've been focused on adding support for Cosmos SDK chains into V2, making some really good progress on that with POCs up and running. I just wanted to throw out there, sort of on the lines you heard Ocean talking about earlier, that community contributors are super welcome. We have some bounties up there, and we're getting some effort directed towards adding more. And if you're on the fence about taking one or have some questions, want to chat, feel free to hit me up, and happy to talk about that and try to get you rolling. We have demos this Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Should be good ones. Don't miss that. And the only other thing I've got is I'm out for Christmas vacation from the 20th to the 28th. So if I don't catch you again this week, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is you tend to do this time of year. As I mentioned earlier, Josh is out. So anything you might typically need him for, you can feel free to reach out to myself. I can probably volunteer Ocean as another good point of contact for Josh related things. And I'll hand it off to Diggy.
Thank you, Adam. GM, everybody. Cool. So this week from UX and design perspective, we're still continuing those conversations about the future of the mobile application. And then from a web perspective, the new web app, we're continuing to make some smaller UI improvements on Juno implementation and Gem implementation. We're ready to go. Again, we're just waiting on Juno from some tech pieces. So the minute they give us those, we'll move forward to get the Fiat on and off ramp in the new web app. And we have some new UX, which we showed in our office hours last week for providing liquidity and also for bonding Osmosis. We are going to be running usability over the next few days. So we're super excited about that and excited to get some community feedback. And then displaying DeFi positions across multiple protocols. This is something that's in progress as we think about the scalability and flexibility for the UX and UI as we're working through this, providing liquidity and these other pieces, just thinking about that larger picture for multiple protocols. And then the supported asset list for .com is in development right now, and hopefully we'll make some good progress on that this week. Priorities, again, just UI improvements for the new web app. There's a proposal to fund the workstream past December 31st. There's a bunch of goals outlined there, high level and specific goals. So please take a look at those and give us any feedbacks or thoughts that you have. And hopefully we'll be moving that to Snapshot soon. And then we have a meeting later today to discuss getting past soft launch. What is it going to take to draw that line in the sand where we can officially announce the new web app to the world? And that's it for me. Thank you.
And Diggy pretty much covered everything on my end as well, so we can skip myself.
Cool. I don't know if Willie's here today. He didn't give us anything specific to update on, so I think we're good on our part.
Cool.
I did want to give an Osmosis integration update before we finish up. So we met with the engineering work stream, not this past week, but the week before, and kind of gave us a lot to think about in terms of should we launch in the mobile app. We tried to find like a kind of a compromise, but later on we talked as a group and we realized that honestly it would be, I don't know, a little bit more wasted work to put something in the old app where people had reservations of, sending people to that mobile app when it was launched. We'd have to do some operations, testing, some security reviews and all of that. And it just seemed like, even though some of the work was done already, this made the most sense and is the best decision for us all moving forward. So there's a few final pieces to that. I'm going to be in the Osmosis Twitter space on Wednesday. Just going to chat with them and, see their thoughts on it. What we think, what most people think, after reading the proposals is that, V2 will be available on mobile. So that should satisfy our requirements in the proposal, which said, mobile and web. Bethany, Willie, and I are meeting today. We'll talk about more V2 stuff, the spec document, and we'll have a formal kickoff. And we'll be inviting, someone from engineering and somebody from operations to that from the beginning. So yeah, usually I do these updates in Ops Sprint, but I thought this one was pretty relevant to everyone in this meeting as well. So wanted to share that here. So if anybody has any questions for us, please do let us know. But yeah, basically the plan moving forward will be to just work in V2 and satisfy those mobile and web requirements. So yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Danielle. Appreciate you jumping up to share. I see we have Mr. Nerdhair now. Maybe we can backtrack a little bit if you have a security update for us.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Ironically, the first point in my stuff to tell you is that we're dealing with some centralized security stuff this week that will probably limit availability. And guess what happened? Anyway, the other stuff, I'm working on getting the builds for real deterministic. And once that's done, I'll be able to put sub-resource integrity attributes on everything. I have sort of a preliminary PR draft thing out for that, but it's not super useful because the builds aren't deterministic, so I don't plan to, go through for review and merge for that until I get the build determinism thing fixed. The Pendo proposal is still pending the Pendo people getting back to me on it. But if they do that, then I'll, need to probably do more stuff for that. If I have time this week after all the other stuff, I will do web workers for Web v2. That's about it.
Awesome. Thank you. And sorry your week sounds like it's off to a fun start.
I've got I now have a dark web alias, for secret sneaky things. It's actually a lot of fun.
What's the alias?
Discount Weed Emporium.
Legit. Great. So unless anyone has anything else, I think we can probably wrap up a few minutes early. Great. Thank you, everyone, and we'll have demos on Wednesday.